Number 5. Couple gets stuck together during sex. This nightmare scenario might be the last thing a couple wants. Unfortunately, stories of getting stuck together during sex has happened many times in the past. Although very common in dogs, it is an extremely rare phenomenon in humans, and only a handful of cases has been reported. One person claims that he literally could not withdraw and attributes it to the intensity of the vaginal muscle response during orgasm. Another person claims that a couple had to get to the hospital to get them parted. Doctors sometimes call this rare condition penis captivus or captive penis. Penis captivus involves intense spasms that can cause a woman's vagina to clamp down on her partner's penis during intercourse, and withdrawing becomes painful and nearly impossible. As of today, doctors still can't explain what causes the spasms that results in penis captivus. Number 4. Girl gets pregnant after oral sex. A story of a girl getting pregnant after giving oral sex can be seen as nothing more but an urban legend, except in the case of a 15-year-old girl in Zimbabwe. Documented in 1988, the girl came to local doctors with all the symptoms of a woman in labor. But doctors were puzzled that upon examination, she didn't have a vagina. Inspection of the vulva showed no vagina, only a shallow skin dimple, so doctors were surprised of her pregnancy. Looking at her records, the hospital staff realized that the girl was in the hospital 278 days earlier with a knife wound in her stomach. A former lover caught her in the oral act with another man and stabbed her in the abdomen. The girl arrived at the hospital with an empty stomach and therefore with little stomach acid around. Since no vagina means no traditional pregnancy, doctors could only conclude that the sperm gained access to the reproductive organs via the injured gastrointestinal tract that could have allowed this extraordinary pregnancy to occur. Well, a girl with no vagina gets pregnant after getting stabbed while giving oral sex? Just another day in Zimbabwe. Number 3. Too much sex can make you go blind. We've all heard the urban legend that masturbation or sex can make you go blind, but there's actually some truth to it. Last year, physicians in Denmark reported a case of a 66-year-old man who literally went blind whenever he would orgasm. Strangely enough, he only experienced this condition during sex, and never while doing other strenuous activities. Experts later found out that this condition was caused by a temporary loss of vision called transient monocular vision loss. Doctors initially blamed it on embolism, but later discovered that the blindness is caused by vasoconstriction. The man's orgasms actually restricted blood flow to his eyes during sex, causing temporary blindness to one eye. Fortunately, his condition wasn't that serious and could be treated by vasodilating drugs to ease blood flow to his eyes. Number 2. Scrotum self-repair. This urban legend is about a man arriving at a hospital with a swollen scrotum the size of a grapefruit. The doctors examining him find he has one testicle missing and a gaping wound that appears to be held by staples. While it's tempting to dismiss this story as nothing but a joke, this actually did happen in 1991. A 40-year-old machine shop worker regularly enjoyed the sexual thrill of placing his penis on the moving canvas fan belt of a piece of machinery. During one session, his scrotum got caught in the drive belt, which tore his left testis to shreds and even threw him several feet across the floor. Now, if I got caught in that situation, I would probably scream from pain, but this man, rather than going to the hospital, simply closed his wound using 8 heavy-duty staples and continued to work to finish his shift. He didn't seek any medical help until a week later after developing a fever due to infection. Number 1. Bug chasers. Now, this is one story that we truly wish would just remain an urban legend, but sadly, people that literally want to get infected with HIV is real. Known as bug chasing, it is the practice of pursuing sexual activity with HIV-positive individuals in order to contract HIV. Persons that engage in this activity are called bug chasers. It is unclear why people would deliberately infect themselves, but bug chasers indicate various reasons for this activity. Some people engage in this activity for the sake of excitement and intimacy, but not exactly the desire to get infected with HIV. Others say that they want to get infected with HIV so that they wouldn't have to worry about being infected anymore. Others have suggested that some people desire the nurturing community that support people with HIV and AIDS.